Good morning and welcome to uh, Monday Morning Dharma on November 17th. Yeah, special day. Yeah, it's uh it's Jill's daughter's birthday today. So yeah, yeah. And my sweetheart's birthday, kind of the same person. Yeah.
Convenient.
Right, right, right. Um, Usually, Alicia, we start with meditation and then kind of a Dharma talk, as everybody knows. I'm going to kind of reverse it this morning. Um, I um, I have a few different sort of like maxims, like worldly maxims of life. Like one is unless you're an accountant, hire a professional to prepare your tax return. That's like if it's not a labor of love, don't go into the restaurant business. These are different maximum logic that may or may not resonate with some of you. If there's one spiritual maxim, if you made me pick one, the one most important, it would be you cannot think your way into being happy. You can, like two sides of the same coin, you cannot think your way out of suffering. And the truth of the matter is, we can't really think our way into any feeling or state of mind or state of heart, really. We can't think our way into any state of heart, whether it's compassion or love, excuse me, patient acceptance. These all come through experience, and experience comes through awareness, not conceptual thought. And this is I think, the main teaching of the Ganges Mahamudra. And you guys hear me talk about Mahamudra all the time. And it's kind of an exotic word, an exotic sounding word, and people might be unsure about its meaning or maybe even a little intimidated about Mahamudra, the translation of which is Great Seal, like Great Seal of Reliability. Don't even worry about the definition. Just know that the Ganges Mahamudra, the main, maybe the main teaching in the Ganges Mahamudra is you cannot think your way into happiness. You cannot think your way out of suffering. It comes through experience, which in turn comes from awareness. This is not to say that there is no place for conceptual thought, for thinking. You know, through conceptual understanding, we can get clear on things like love. We might otherwise think, I love this person because they make me happy. No, that's actually attachment. That's actually desirous attachment. Love is wishing for another's happiness, whereas attachment is wanting someone to make us happy, or something, or some place, or some situation. So it's good to have an understanding, like a conceptual understanding of the difference between love and attachment. But in terms of experiencing it or actualizing it, it doesn't come through thought. It has to come through experience, which comes through awareness. This is the main teaching of the Mahamudra, in my opinion. So, why am I talking about this? I'd like for us to, as we go into meditation, to double down on our commitment to experiencing these states of heart which will change our lives. these states of heart like acceptance and love and compassion and wisdom and empathy and so forth. How do we do that? By conjoining meditation on the inner body with these states of heart, right? So, how does this work really quickly? Like I'm putting in like an entire month's worth of classes into 5 or 10 minutes here as a prelude to our meditation this morning. But remember that meditation on the inner body, sensations in the inner body, or it can be the breath, or it can be the ringing radiance, whatever our object of meditation is, it should take us beyond the thinking mind into a state of non-thinking awareness. For us in this sit, it is meditation on the inner body, observing sensations. That takes us out of thinking into awareness. And then with that awareness, we become familiar with this morning, it's going to be patient acceptance, right? Bypassing the thinking mind, resting in acceptance, having an experience, a deepened experience of acceptance, and thus actualizing our ability to experience whatever arises, having abandoned the notion that things should be other than what they are. This is the definition of patience, and that's what we're going to meditate on this morning. So, the Mahamudra, if you will, the Mahamudra of meditation on acceptance, or maybe even the Mahamudra of acceptance, period. Okay? So, without further ado, why don't we go ahead and settle into a comfortable meditation posture? Please take care to ensure that your spine is straight and relaxed. We're facing straight ahead with our head tilted slightly forward. Our mouth is closed, our jaw is relaxed. And if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and softly close your eyes. And to begin, I'd like you to please bring your awareness to the exhalation of your breath. And very gently allow your exhalation to be just a bit longer and a bit more pronounced than your inhalation. If you'd like, please feel free to experiment with pausing briefly at the bottom of each exhalation. This meditation technique will allow both your physical body and your mind to start to settle and to rest, to become quiet and still. Now is not the time to reflect on events that have occurred in the past. Those events cannot be changed, undone, or recreated. Nor is this the time to speculate about events that may or may not occur in the future. The future is unknown to us at this time. Now is the time to be fully present here in this moment. Now is the time to give yourself full permission to enjoy engaging in a practice that's going to bring you a peaceful state of mind and at the same time contribute to the creation of a peaceful world. And with that, I'd like you to please now gently transition into meditation on the inner body. Please be the silent observer of sensations that may start in your hands and your feet in the form of a tingling, perhaps a lightness, perhaps a heaviness, perhaps a pulsation. No analysis is necessary. There's nothing to figure out. Just be the silent observer of these sensations and allow a more tranquil, awakened state of awareness to emerge. When you encounter a situation that you find undesirable, there are two approaches you can take to that situation. You can resist or you can accept. Resisting what is will perpetuate your suffering. Accepting what is will liberate you from your suffering. Please know that patient acceptance is not gritting your teeth and putting up with something. Patience is a mind that wholeheartedly accepts whatever arises, having abandoned the notion that things should be other than what they are. Please know this truth about patient acceptance. If you perfect your practice of patient acceptance, you will never suffer again in this lifetime. So for now, I'd like you to please just rest in acceptance. Rest in acceptance while conjoined with meditation on the inner body. Rest and experience this peaceful state of heart called acceptance, while silently observing sensations in the inner body. a quick path to the heart of acceptance is surrendering. Surrender to the fact that you cannot control external situations. You can't control other people's behavior. You can't control how other people think. In fact, the only thing in the entire universe you have the potential to be able to control is your own mind. But that's all you need to be able to control to experience the peace that comes from full acceptance. So I'd like you now to please gently change your object of meditation to surrendering. The feeling of surrendering conjoined with meditation on the inner body. Surrender, surrender, and then surrender some more. Now, now very gently, please redirect your awareness. Become aware again of this collection of parts we've agreed to label physical body, and allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of physical body. Become aware again of your surroundings inside the room that you're occupying. Deeper and deeper breaths, becoming aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you are occupying. Become aware again of clouds, of blue sky beyond the clouds, of limitless space beyond the blue sky. And we dedicate all of the all of the merit, all of the positive energy from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings without exception soon come to enjoy an abundance of pure air and water, delicious, nutritious food, safe, warm, dry, reliable, affordable shelter, and comfortable, functional, attractive clothing. And with everyone's basic needs met, may we all enter and progress on wisdom paths that lead to complete liberation from all forms of suffering. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Thank you very much. So, just another word about our friend, the thinking mind. You know, before we can go to a place of non-conceptual awareness, before we can go and rest in awareness, the thinking mind needs to be pacified. And that's okay. We need buy-in from the thinking mind before we can go to rest in awareness. So like we may be thinking, in the meditation, he said, if I perfect my practice of patient acceptance, I'll never suffer again in this lifetime. Is that true? That's a good contemplation to undertake. It really is. Please check for yourself and satisfy your thinking mind that that is in fact true. Surrendering is the quick path to acceptance. Sorry, a quick path to acceptance. Is that true? Check it out for yourself. Please don't take my word for it or my teacher's word for it. Check to make sure it is true and thus give your thinking mind some satisfaction. Yeah. And so then maybe it'll shut up and not interrupt with your meditation, in a state of non-conceptual awareness. So 1 minute, a couple of announcements. One is, it dawned on me recently that the holidays are coming up, for crying out loud. So, we talked about, like entering into a discussion of Buddhist specific meditation, talking about the life of Buddha, going into the 21 Lamrim meditations. It seems advisable for us to wait until after the holidays to do that, because the holidays kind of take over everything, they sort of do, and that's okay. That's okay. We can roll with that. We're going to still have class, but we're going to wait until after the first of the year to start all the stuff I said we were going to start. And I'll send out an email describing that, explaining that, and talking about exactly what we're going to do with that new line of meditation and study, the kind of Buddhist specific stuff. And I'll give you the name and the title of a book that we'll be drawing from for those meditations. I'm going out of town this week, so We will have class on Friday, but online only. Okay, so I know that will prevent some of you from participating. Others, no class in person here at the center, but we will be live streaming the class. Okay, so have a great day and a great week. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're most
Thank you,
welcome.
Jeff.
Yes, you're welcome.
Jeff, do you send out a link in the email for the live stream?
You can register for it on Lotus Center's webpage. Yeah, and then you'll get a link through
Right.
Zoom, I guess. Yeah.